My name is Alyssa Morgan, and the day my mother canceled my 18th birthday wasn't just the day I stopped celebrating birthdays. It was the day I realized exactly where I stood in my own family. I still remember how excited I was that morning. 18. It wasn't just a number, it meant freedom, adulthood, finally being seen as more than the quiet daughter who never caused trouble. I woke up early, heart racing, staring at the ceiling of my small bedroom, imagining how the day would go. I wasn't expecting anything extravagant, no lavish party, no designer gifts, just dinner, a cake, maybe a few relatives, maybe just once I'd feel chosen. The smell of vanilla frosting drifted through the hallway when I stepped out of my room. My stomach fluttered. That smell meant cake. My cake. In the kitchen, I saw it, a half-decorated cake sitting on the counter, pale pink icing, my favorite, chocolate shavings on the side. For a moment, my chest felt warm. "Mom?" I called. She didn't answer. I heard the familiar sound of drawers slamming from upstairs, sharp, angry. My sister's tantrum sound. Madison. She was 16, 2 years younger than me, and somehow always managed to be the center of every room, every conversation, every decision. Loud, dramatic, emotional. If Madison was unhappy, no one else was allowed to be okay. I walked upstairs slowly, my excitement already thinning. Madison's bedroom door was open. She was sitting on her bed, mascara streaked down her cheeks, phone in her hand, dramatically sobbing while texting someone. Mom stood near the door, arms crossed, face tight with worry, not annoyance, not discipline, worry. "What happened?" I asked quietly. Madison shot me a look like I'd insulted her. "She did it on purpose," Madison snapped. "She planned this to hurt me." I blinked. "Planned what?" Mom turned to me sharply. "Alyssa, not now." That's when my stomach dropped. Madison jumped off the bed. "Everyone's coming here tonight. Everyone. And you know Tyler is coming." Tyler, her on-again, off-again boyfriend who had broken up with her, again, the night before. "So?" I said carefully. "So I can't see him today," Madison yelled. "Not on a day like this. Everyone's going to look at me and think I'm pathetic." I stared at her, confused. "It's my birthday." The words hung in the air. Mom didn't correct her, didn't remind her, didn't defend me. Instead, she sighed, that tired sigh she always used when Madison was upset. "Honey," she said to Madison, "maybe we should cancel tonight." Cancel. That single word felt like someone pressed pause on my chest. "Cancel?" I repeated. "Cancel what?" Mom finally looked at me, and in her eyes I didn't see guilt. I saw calculation. "The dinner," she said, "the family gathering. Madison isn't in the right emotional state, and we don't want drama." I laughed once, short and disbelieving. "You're canceling my 18th birthday because Madison is sad about a boy?" Madison folded her arms, smug already. "It's not my fault she picked a day that makes everything about her." I looked at Mom, waiting, hoping, begging silently. Mom avoided my eyes. "Alyssa," she said gently, like she was explaining something obvious, "you're older. You should understand." That was always her favorite sentence. You're older, be mature, be understanding, be invisible. I felt my throat tighten. "So what about me?" Mom hesitated. "We'll do something another day." Another day. The phrase that had followed every forgotten moment of my life. I turned and walked downstairs before they could see my face break. The cake was still sitting there. My cake. Unfinished. I stared at it for a long time. Then I noticed something else. The guest list Mom had printed and placed beside it. Madison's friends, Madison's favorite aunt, Madison's favorite cousins. Only 2 names were crossed out. Mine, and one more. Dad's. He had passed away 3 years ago, but his name was still habitually written first, then crossed out. I swallowed hard. So this wasn't last minute. This wasn't emotional. This had been planned. That's when I realized something that hurt worse than the cancellation. They weren't canceling my birthday, they were removing me from it. My phone buzzed. A text from my best friend, Nina. "Can't wait tonight. What time should I come?" I stared at the screen until my vision blurred. I typed back slowly. "It's canceled." 3 dots appeared instantly. What? Why? I didn't answer. Instead, I picked up my backpack, walked into my room, and shut the door. I sat on the floor, back against the bed, and let the tears come. Silent, hot, humiliating tears. 18 years old, and still disposable. An hour later, Mom knocked. "Alyssa?" she said softly. "Come talk to me." I wiped my face and opened the door. She smiled, that careful smile she used when she wanted things to be normal. "We'll order pizza tonight, just us girls, okay?" I looked at her. Really looked. "Did you even want me?" I asked. Her smile faltered. "What kind of question is that?" "The kind you never answer," I said. Madison appeared behind her, scrolling through her phone. "Can you stop being dramatic? It's not that deep." That's when something inside me snapped, not loudly, not angrily, quietly, dangerously. I nodded. "You're right, it's not that deep, and I meant it, because from that moment on, I stopped trying to be seen. That night, while they laughed downstairs and ordered food, I packed a small box, my documents, my savings envelope, the necklace Dad gave me before he died. I didn't leave, not yet, but I started planning. Because what they didn't know was this: I had a scholarship letter hidden under my mattress, a full ride, out of state, starting in 3 months, and they had no idea that canceling my birthday wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of their mistake. I didn't go home after leaving the diner that night. I couldn't. The house no longer felt like a place of rest. It felt like enemy territory. Instead, I drove aimlessly until the sun dipped low, then parked near the small lake on the edge of town. I sat there in silence, replaying everything. My mother canceling my 18th birthday like it was a dentist appointment. My sister's smirk when she realized she'd won again. The way everyone had told me to be mature while expecting me to swallow disappointment like it was my job. That was the night something hardened inside me. Not anger, not hatred, but resolve. Turning 18 was supposed to mean freedom. Instead, it became the moment I realized no one was ever going to choose me unless I chose myself first. The next morning, I packed. Not dramatically, not with tears or slammed doors, just quietly. Clothes, documents, my laptop, the envelope where I kept my savings from working weekends at the bookstore. I left the bedroom exactly as it was. Bed made, posters still on the wall, like a ghost had lived there. My mom was in the kitchen when I came downstairs. She looked up, startled. "What's all that?" "I'm leaving," I said calmly. She laughed once. "Don't be ridiculous. Where would you go?" I met her eyes. "Somewhere I'm not disposable." Her smile faded. "You're being dramatic." "No, I'm being done." That finally rattled her. "You can't just leave. You're 18, but..." "But what?" I asked. "You already showed me how much I matter." She crossed her arms. "You're really going to punish this family because your sister had a bad day?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. I walked out with my bags and drove straight to my aunt's house, my dad's sister. She'd always seen the imbalance, she just hadn't interfered before. When she opened the door and saw me standing there with soup pieces, she didn't ask questions. She just stepped aside and said, "Come in." That night I slept for 10 hours straight. No anxiety, no waiting for someone to explode, no bracing myself to be overlooked. For the first time in my life, peace didn't feel guilty. 2 weeks passed. My mom didn't call, neither did my sister, and that silence told me everything I needed to know. But then something unexpected happened. My aunt sat me down one evening, her expression serious. "Your mother called me today." I stiffened. "What did she want?" "She wants you home." Your sister's birthday party is coming up. Big one, extended family, and she wants you there. I almost laughed. Let me guess, because it'll look bad if I'm not? My aunt nodded. Exactly. I shook my head. No. She held up a hand. Wait, there's more. Your mom told everyone you chose not to celebrate your birthday, that you wanted something low-key. The room went quiet. She lied, I said slowly. Yes, my aunt replied, and people are starting to notice. That was when I realized something important. This wasn't over, and for once, I didn't want it to be. The party was held at a rented event hall downtown. Balloons, catered food, a DJ, a massive banner with my sister's name in glittering letters. Everything I'd been denied suddenly appeared in abundance. I arrived alone. The moment I walked in, conversations stopped. Not because I was loud or dramatic, but because I wasn't supposed to be there. My mom froze when she saw me. My sister's smile faltered for half a second before snapping back into place. "Oh," she said sweetly. "You came." "Yes," I replied. "I wanted to wish you happy birthday." My mom rushed over, pulling me aside. "What are you doing here?" "I was invited, wasn't I?" She hesitated. That hesitation spoke louder than words. Before she could respond, my aunt entered behind me, followed by my grandmother, and that's when things shifted. My grandmother looked around the room, then at me. "So this is the party?" My mom smiled nervously. "Yes, Mom, we wanted to do something special. For one daughter. Interesting." My sister's face flushed. "It's not like that." "Oh?" my grandmother asked. "Then why was the other daughter's birthday canceled?" Silence. Everyone turned. My mom opened her mouth, closed it. I hadn't said a word. My aunt spoke instead. She was told it was canceled because her sister was upset. Gasps rippled through the room. My sister snapped. "That's not true." My grandmother's voice was steady. "Then explain." She couldn't. And then my aunt did something no one expected. She pulled out her phone and played the voicemail. My mother's voice filled the hall. "We can't deal with both of you right now. She's sensitive and you're older. You'll understand." Understand. That word echoed like a slap. People stared. My mom's face drained of color. "I didn't mean," she began. My grandmother interrupted. "You meant exactly what you said." The DJ quietly stopped the music. My sister whispered, "Turn that off." But it was already too late. I finally spoke. I spent my entire childhood understanding why I was second, understanding why my feelings were optional, understanding why I had to shrink so she could shine. My voice didn't shake. "I'm done understanding." The room was silent. Then someone clapped. Slowly. It was my cousin. Then another. And another. My mom looked around, panicked. "This isn't the time." "No," my grandmother said firmly. "This is exactly the time." She turned to me. "You deserved better." Tears burned my eyes, but I didn't need to, because for once the truth had witnesses. I left before the cake was cut, not because I was hurt, because I was free. That night, my phone exploded with messages. Relatives apologizing, friends asking what really happened. Even my sister sent a text. "You embarrassed me." I replied with one sentence. "You canceled me first." And then I blocked her. Months passed. I enrolled in college part-time, worked full-time, built a life that didn't revolve around appeasing anyone. My mom tried calling eventually. "I didn't realize," she said once. "I thought you were strong." "I was. That's why you used me." She cried. I didn't comfort her. Some lessons arrive late and cost more. My sister stopped speaking to me entirely. That was fine, because peace is quieter than chaos, but infinitely better. On my 19th birthday, my aunt threw me a small dinner. No banners, no DJ, just people who showed up. My grandmother hugged me and whispered, "You finally look happy." I smiled. I am, because my birthday wasn't canceled. It was postponed until I found the courage to celebrate myself.